Hello, statisticians. I'm going to start going through some of the topics that we've been covering in class so that you feel prepped for the first assessment that's going to be happening on Wednesday. So we're going to have a look at Spearman's rank today. I've got two questions here I'm going to go through with you. So I'm going to read the first question out. We've got Ravina and Anjali each ranked 10 cakes at a village fete, and here are their ranks. The ranks have been given in a table. So you can see here there's all the cakes. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 cakes. And you've got Ravina's ranks and Anjali's ranks. So I'm going to fill this table out on a separate sheet in a moment. But just to point out first is that in this particular question, we already have the ranks available to us. All right, so sometimes in Spearman's rank questions, you are given a scenario where you have to do the ranks yourself. I'll show you an example on the laptop. So here is an example that we did in class where we had a height of a sunflower in centimeters and the width of its stem in millimeters. So we were given a list of heights and a list of widths, and we would have to go through these and rank them individually. So obviously here, the biggest is the first rank, 256, 234 is the second rank, and the third rank is 190, and so on. So you'd have to do this rank individually yourself and then do the same thing for the width. So the tallest, the thickest width is 32, the second thickest width is 29, the third thickest width is 24, etc. In this particular example, the ranking process has already been done for you, so you don't need to rank them yourself. That's been done. So let's go over to my table that I've prepared. So once the ranks are done, all we have to do next is find the difference between the ranks for each cake. So we've got the two ranks for A, the two ranks for B, the two ranks for C, and so on. So next we have to find the difference between these ranks. So the rank difference, we just have to take one take away 8 to work out the difference. So 1 take away 8 is -7. And we do this for all of the rows. 9 take away 4 is 5. 3 take away 7 is -4. 6 take away 1 is 5. 8 take away 3 is 5. 2 take away 5 is -3. 7 take away 10 is -3. 4 take away 9 is -5. 10 take away 6 is 4. And 5 take away 2 is 3. The next step we have to do is work out what the difference squared is, and that's to make all of the differences positive. That's effectively why we do it. So d squared in each case, minus -7 squared is 49. 5 squared is 25. -4 squared is 16. 5 squared is 25. 5 squared is 25. -3 squared is 9. -3 squared is 9. -5 squared is 25. 4 squared is 16. And 3 squared is 9. Now that we've finished our table, we've all the ranks, we've got the difference column, and then we worked out our difference squared. Now we can use the Spearman's rank formula in order to calculate what Spearman's rank is. And here's Spearman's rank's formula. So it's 1 minus 6 multiplied by sigma d squared. Sigma means the sum of. So sigma means the sum of. So we add them all up basically. D squared is your difference squared. And n is the number of items in our data set. So we know from the question there are 10 cakes through J. So there's 10 cakes, so n is going to be equal to 10. So we can start filling in this formula. So we have 1 minus 6 multiplied by the sum of all d squared. So we have to basically have to add all these d squareds together. So it's going to be 49 plus 25 plus 49 plus 25 plus 16 plus 25 plus 25 plus 9 plus 9 plus 25 plus 16 plus 9. All over n, which is 10, multiplied by n squared minus 1. Now, n squared minus 1 is going to be, n squared is 10 squared, which is 100, minus 1 is 99. All right, so all I've done there is added up all of my d squareds here. I have to then multiply it by 6 and then divide it by 10 times 99. All right, so we can do most of this on the calculator. So let's add up all of our differences first. I'll double check I've concluded all the differences. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that should be all of our differences squared added together. So we've got 49 plus 25 plus 16 plus 25 plus 25 plus 9 plus 9 plus 25 plus 16 plus 9. And we should get that final answer as 208. So my formula becomes 1 minus 6 times 208 all over 10 times 99. 10 times 99 is 990. And we're going to put this all into the calculator at once. So we've got 1 minus, and then we'll put it in brackets, 6 times 208 all over 990. And we should get an answer of minus 0.260, and the 6 and the 0 have recurring symbols on them. So it should be minus 0.260 with recurring symbols. So it's 260, 60, 60, 60, keeps going. All right. Now, once we have this, we can then interpret our Spearman's rank. Now, just as a reminder, here is the scale for Spearman's rank. So, if you imagine, here we have 1, here we have 0.5, here we have 0, here we have negative 0.5, and here we have negative 1. Now, 1 means strong positive correlation. 0.5 is moderate positive. 0 is no correlation. You probably sense the theme now. And negative 0.5 is moderate negative. And negative 1 is strong negative. Our answer is around here. Negative 0.260 with the 6 and 0 recurring. So what we can say is there is slight negative correlation. There is slight negative correlation. All right, so we can say there is slight negative correlation according to Spearman's rank. This means the judges disagree slightly. So basically, if the correlation is negative, the judges are not in agreement, and if the correlation is positive, the judges are in agreement. All right, because this is only slight negative, they only slightly disagree. So that is how you do a Spearman's rank correlation question. First, you have to work out what Spearman's rank is and then comment on it. So again, if the Spearman's rank is negative, there's disagreement between the judges. And if the Spearman's rank is positive, there is agreement between the judges. And however close you are to 1 or negative 1 determines how strong the agreement or disagreement is. Because this is barely near negative 1, there's only slight disagreement between the judges, Ravina and Anjali. Let's have a look at question 2. Here is my table prepared for it. Let's have a look at the question. So the question is, 2 critics watched the same 8 theatre shows. They were then asked to rank the shows in order of preference. The table gives the information about their rank. So again, we have been given the ranking process already. There might have been a question which is a bit trickier where they give you marks out of 100 and then you'd have to rank them with 1 being the largest and 8 being the smallest for each critic. So firstly, we've been given the ranks already. So a tricky bit has actually been done for us. What we have to do now is determine how much agreement there is between the critics and show your calculations. So I have redrawn this table in the format that we're used to in class. So here are all the critic ranks, and all I'm going to do now is work out the differences between each of the rows. So 3 take away 1 is 2, 8 take away 6 is 2, 7 take away 7 is 0, 4 take away 5 is negative 1, 5 take away 4 is 1 take away 3 is negative 2, 2 take away 2 is 0, and 6 take away 8 is negative 2. Now I work out the differences squared. 2 squared is 4, 2 squared is 4, 0 squared is 0, negative 1 squared is 1, 1 squared is 1, negative 2 squared is 4, 0 squared is 0, and negative 2 squared is 4. Now that I've completed this table, I just refer back now to the Spearman's rank formula. 1 take away 6 multiplied by the sum of all of the differences squared over n brackets n squared minus 1. So let's remind ourselves, sigma means the sum of, so we add them all together basically. N is the number of items in the data set. And D is the difference between ranks. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is write out the formula again with the information that we know from the table. So we know that there are 8 shows. So n is equal to 8. That's the number of shows there are. And we also know the differences squared. They're all here, so we have to add them all up. So let's do that next. So let's rewrite this as 1 minus 6 multiplied by, and then we're going to write all of the differences squared added together. So it's going to be 4 plus 4 plus 0 plus 1 plus 1 plus 4 plus 0 plus 4. And that's all going to be over n is equal to 8. And then we go brackets are multiplied by n squared minus 1. N squared is going to be 64. Minus 1 is going to be 63. It's going to be 8 times 63. Now, all we have to do now is put this into my calculator. So let's go. It's going to be 1 minus brackets 6 multiplied by, put another bracket in, 4 plus 4 plus 0 plus 1 plus 1 plus 4 plus 0 plus 4. Let me just double check. I've got 8 differences squared. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. And then I'm going to put that all over 8 times 63. And I get that as 0.78574142 with recurring dots over the 8 and the 2. However, we'll just simplify it to 0.79 to 2 decimal places. I'm just going to double check the answer booklet to make sure that I've done that correctly. Yes, 0.79, that's correct. And then we're going to comment on this now. So again, -1 is strong negative correlation. 0 is no correlation. And 1 is strong positive correlation in Spearman's rank. Now, our 0.79 is going to be around here. So that would suggest that they are in strong agreement because it's very, very close to 1. It's much closer to 1 than it is to 0. So from Spearman's rank, I can write Spearman's rank suggests strong positive correlation, which means critic A and critic B are in agreement. And that is how you answer Spearman's rank questions.